You're live. You're alive. You're live. That's what it says when I roll down. So this is number 64, YouTube Live Yoga Routine. And quickly, just to begin the routine, I just want to read something from the book, The Best Buddhist Writing 2011. I'll show you this book. All right. Okay, and it's on page 64, and it's under the subtitle, Getting to Know Your Mind, which is in the title, the chapter, Rebel Buddha. So just quickly, I'm going to read this. It's just one sentence, and I just want you to take away what you want to take away from it, or take nothing away from it. All the teachings of the Buddha have one clear message, which is that there is nothing more important than getting to know your own mind. And that's all I wanted to share. So let's go ahead and begin. And we're going to do the routine that I'm working on. Actually, it's in the progress of putting it together, and I'm sharing. That's what I'm sharing with these YouTube Live routines. And the point of this routine and the focus of this routine, which is in all the routines, but mainly this one, is to tap into that one energy of strength. So you're going to let go of judgment. You're going to let go of, hey, I don't have as much strength as this person, or I have more strength than this person, or I should be this strong, or I'm stronger than I thought. Let go of all that mindset. We're tapping into the one energy of strength. And to do that, we're going to do this routine focusing on strength. And the strength comes from the core. Now, you're going to feel it maybe in your shoulders, maybe in your legs, and you're going to feel like, man, that's strength too, because I'm feeling this routine in these muscles. But that's not the type of strength I'm talking about. I'm talking about gaining the strength from the one strength that we all share. So we're going to do 2 sun salutations, and we're just going to do the traditional standard sun salutations. And then we're going to go into warrior 2, where you're going to focus on the strength coming from the core, keeping the abs engaged. You're going to have your arms up. You might feel the strength in your arms. But again, that's not the strength I'm talking about. I'm talking about tapping into that one strength that we all share. And then warrior 1, I didn't know if I said warrior 1. So we'll do warrior 2, warrior 1 in that order. And then we'll move into doing a plank, well, downward dog, plank, the dolphin, and I'll lead you through those poses. Again, aware of the strength coming from the core. So let's go ahead and begin. We're going to go to mountain pose. Toes go up. I thought the door was showing in the video, but it's not. So toes are up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are slightly bent, hips are tilted, arms are relaxed, no tension in the arms. And you're just finding that spot where your skeleton is just standing. And in the mountain pose, we're becoming one. Just like a mountain is one with the earth, we're also the earth. Now think of yourself as being tall, so lengthen up. Just focus on the breathing. Bring palms together. Thumbs go to the heart center. You're going to push your arms out, up and back. When you're going up and back, keeping the symbolic hand gesture of the prayer, or going out, I go out some, or you just reach up. Whatever you like to do. Then hinge forward from the lower back. We're just going to fall in the ragdoll. So in the ragdoll, the arms are dangling. The head is dangling. No tension. Try to keep no tension. You might feel it in your lower back and your hamstrings, maybe even your calves, but you're not focused on that. You're focused on the breathing. You're aware of it, but you're not focused on it. Then you take the palms, place them to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs, arch the back, raise the head, inhale slowly. And then you're going to exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down, forehead's going towards the knees, push all the air out. Then you're going to go again. Arch the back, raise the head, inhale slowly. And then exhale, as you exhale, you pull yourself in and down, pushing all the air out. And again, arch the back, raise the head, inhaling. And then exhale, pull yourself in and down, push all the air out. The palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Hips are pushing forward diagonally. Back is arched maybe, or straight. Head is up. Palms are to the floor, maybe to your fingertips. Making sure the front knee is not over the toe. And if it is, you want to lengthen up. And here you're just focusing on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. And you're just accepting where you are in this pose. In all the poses, you're going to settle in the pose. Accept where you are and just focus on the breathing. So in this pose, even if you're just leaning, or you're not doing what you think you should be doing, or it's not the so-called perfect pose, that mindset is off this mat. Don't think that way. Let go of that mindset as a form of strength too, because you're letting go of those barriers that keep you from the strength that we're gaining on the mat. And that strength is what you're going to take out into the so-called real world. Now, with the back foot, curl the toes under. We're going to go to a high lunge. We're not going to stay in high lunge. We'll settle here for a second or two. So straighten the back leg. Then move into downward dog, pushing into it. Here, you're pushing into the pose. So arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones go to the ceiling. So make the tailbone go to the ceiling. Heels towards the floor, pushing into the floor. So there's no tension in the neck. You're pushing into the pose, but your head is dangling. And you're focused on the breathing. When you're focused on the breathing, it heightens your awareness of what's happening in the body. So you're aware of maybe a stretch in the calves, or the hamstrings, or something happening in the back, or your arms. But you're not focused on that stuff. You're focused on the breathing. You're just aware what's going on in the body. Now you're going to slide into the upper dog. It's a strength transition. So you drop down to the knees in the chest. You slide up. You're going to modify this pose how you have to. So first, the upward dog, tops of the feet are to the floor. Of course, the palms are to the floor. And if you can't do that, you're going to go to the small cobra, just like this. So you're using your back muscles, chest is off the floor. You're not pushing up, no pressure on the hands. But just do the best you can, modify it how you need to. And you're going to push yourself back in the downward dog. Again, you're pushing into this pose, but you're not pushing past the point of where you should be. So you get right to the point right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept it, and just focus on the breathing. The left foot is up, between the hands, low lunge. With the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, and then pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight, or maybe arch, maybe you're to your palms, fingers, maybe you're up like this. Wherever you are, try to make sure the knee's not going over the front toe. Find out where you are, settle there, and accept it. Again, you could be leaning, and that's perfect if that's where you are. You're letting go of the mindset of judgment. You're not even judging yourself against yourself. All that type of thinking are barriers that allows the oneness, which is where the strength comes from. And that's what we're focusing on. You're focusing on the breathing. That's the main thing that we're thinking about today is strength. Tapping into that one, capital O, that one strength. Feeling strong. And you go with the mindset of, hey, I'm not that strong, or hey, I'm real strong. You're just feeling it. So with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge. So here for a second or two, then move into the standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Forward as go to the knees, letting yourself breathe in this pose. So in this pose, when you inhale, the belly swells with air. Let yourself be pushed out slightly. And then when you exhale, the belly goes in, go back into the pose. It's a very subtle movement. You're aware of that movement, but you're not focused on it. You're focused on the breathing. The palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out, push the air down and out, exhale. One more sun salutation, inhale. Exhale, as you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back, palms into the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in and down, foreheads go to the knees. And let yourself breathe and focus on the breathing. Palms to the sides of the feet. The left leg is back into a low lunge. Remember the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally, making sure the front knee is not over the toe. If it is, lengthen up some. Back is straight, maybe arched. Palms are to the floor, fingertips maybe, or maybe you're up like this. Doesn't matter. Find out where you are, settle there, and then just focus on the breathing. Letting go of judgment, letting go of trying to be somewhere, and just accept. Now with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge. So here for a second or two, then move into the downward dog. In the downward dog, arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones go to the ceiling, heels into the floor, towards the floor. And you are pushing into this pose, pushing right to the spot of where you feel like, man, you shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept where you are, and just focus on the breathing. And you slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees and the chest, going into the upper dog, or modify it how you have to. Maybe you're in the small cobra. Maybe you're just to your hands and knees. Doesn't matter. Wherever you are is where you are. You accept it and just focus on the breathing. Coming back to downward dog, pushing into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor, pushing into it. No tension in the neck, so the head is dangling. And just focus on the breathing. You can bring the left foot up between the hands. Low lunge. With the low lunge, top the foot to the floor and knees to the floor. Make sure the knee's not over the toe too much in the front. If it is, lengthen up. Back is straight, or maybe arch. Or to your palms, maybe to your fingers. Maybe you're up just like this. Wherever you are, you're going to accept it. And you're going to focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge. So here for a second or two, then standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down, let yourself breathe. So when you inhale, the belly swells with air, let yourself be pushed out. And then when you exhale, the belly goes in. And you go into the pose a little bit more. You're aware of that movement, but you're not focused on it. You're focusing on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. And that focus heightens your awareness of what's going on in the body, what's going on around you. And that is what links the mind and body together. It's one, which is yoga. The palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out, push the air down and out, exhale. And we're going to go to mountain pose. Now, with mountain pose, toes are up. Spread the toes as wide as you can, or as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time, so the toes are spread out. Knees are slightly bent, hips are tilted. Arms are relaxed, no tension of the arms, the shoulders. You're finding that spot where the skeleton is standing, so lengthen up. Find that spot where the skeleton is standing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now we're going to do warrior 2, going into warrior 1. We'll just do it just like I need to grab my phone. You left it. Whoops. It's my old phone. I have a new phone now. Whoops. Okay. So, left foot in front of the mat, in the center of the mat, or in the middle of the mat. Not the middle of the front, if that makes sense. So with the back foot, Back foot goes back, so the right leg goes back. The back foot is turned slightly, so the heel of the front foot lines into the arch of the back foot. Now, if that's not balanced enough, you're going to bring the right foot out, square up the shoulders, make sure the feet are square with the shoulders. So the same width of the shoulders. Or you're going to go back where the front foot, the heel of the front foot lines into the arch of the back foot. Back foot is turned slightly. Now I have an issue with my right shoulder, so I even thought about, man, I shouldn't do this pose today, but I'm going to do it anyway. So you're going to think of the back arm, get it parallel to the floor. Left arm is parallel to the floor. You're going to look over the left arm and you're going to sink straight down. So when you sink straight down, front leg bends, back leg stays straight. And you try to make the torso go straight down. You're not leaning, you're going straight down. So again, think of the back arm. Just think about, hey, it's parallel to the floor. Left arm is parallel to the floor. Just do the best you can. And you're looking over the left arm. Now, the strength, like I'm saying, is coming from the core. So engage the abs. You're not sucking the abs in. You're engaging the abs, getting strong. And just because the abs are engaged doesn't mean you don't breathe. You still breathe. You're not engaging the lungs. So you focus on the breathing. You're not going to stay here long. Think of strength. Just focus on the breathing. Now, you can bring yourself out of this if you like, but if not, you're going to twist warrior one. So get the shoulders square. Think of the word square. Again, if you need to bring the right foot out some so you can get a better place in balancing, that's what you do. So you square up the shoulders, reaching up, front leg is bent, back leg is straight. Arms can go out if you like, or they go parallel. We're not going to stay here long, so you're reaching up, sinking down, so you're pulling. Palms go down to the front foot. Downward dog, pushing into it. Still feeling strong. Now the opposite foot goes up, so the right foot. So it's not the right foot. Do the left. Make sure you're doing the other side. So with the right foot, the heel of the arch lines, the heel of the arch. The heel of the front foot lines into the arch of the back foot. So the back foot is turned slightly. Again, that's not good balance for you. You're going to bring the left leg out and get it squared up with the shoulders. Same with the shoulders. Can't talk. So you're going to sink straight down. Front leg bends. Make sure the knee's not going over the toe. If it is, you're going to lengthen up. Back leg is straight. Left arm is up. Get it parallel to the floor. See, my breathing is not linked to the movement. So I'm out of breath. So going straight down, looking over the right arm. You're sinking down. Think of the arms being parallel. You're engaging the abs. So the abs are not sucked in, but they're engaged. You're focusing on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now, rotate, square up the shoulders, reaching up. So the arms are parallel, if you like, or they go out. And the fingers wide as you can get them. So you're sinking down, going up. So you're pulling yourself, stretching yourself. Square up the shoulders. Then palms go down to the front foot. Downward dog, pushing into it. Hands and knees, flatten the feet, space out the knees, keep the hands where they are, sitting back on the heels. Now make sure the knees are spaced out with that. So the belly can go up and down. The knees are not together. That's going to put pressure on the belly. That's not what you want. And you're just going to focus on the breathing, letting yourself breathe. Now think of the fingers. Walk them out. Keep the butt down, but you're walking the fingers out. Then just settle there. I know I'm talking into the floor, but I have no choice. I guess I have a choice. I can get up, but that's why the Bluetooth was excellent. So I can be here, and it goes right into the mic. I'll get there with the videos eventually. And bring yourself up. Back, hands and knees. So the toes curl under, knees are hip width apart. Fingers are wide, you can get them. Middle fingers are pointing straight out. And you're going to go into downward dog. Now this time with downward dog, you're still pushing into it to the spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. Find that spot. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones go to the ceiling, heels towards the floor, no tension in the neck. And you're pushing, focusing on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Gotta get my stopwatch. Stopwatch. That's alarm. Stopwatch. Now, you're going to go into the plank. We're going to do a minute plank. Do the best you can. So with the plank, fingers wide as you can get them, middle fingers are pointing out. Or you can modify it, going down to the knees, going back. Do whatever you can do. Find that spot. Engage the abs. So the belly button is going into the spine. You're tapping into that strength, capital S, that we all share. There's one strength, and that's what we're tapping into. Getting strong. Now you're going to feel it in your shoulders maybe, or in your legs. That's fine too. But the strength, you're gaining the strength. You're tapping into the strength. Capital S strength. You're going to take that mindset of strength, that awareness that you are strong out in the so-called real world. That's called taking it off the mat. Now, down to the knees, down to the elbows, palms together for the dolphin, just like the downward dog, but it's not the downward dog. So just like the downward dog. So palms are pushing, push yourself up and back. Now here, you're pushing the palms as hard as you can. Shoulder blades are spacing out, so they're going to the sides of the mat. So they're spacing out. Palms are pushed, head's going back, just like the downward dog. And you're pushing into it, focusing on the breathing. If it's too much, bring yourself out of it. Don't do it. You don't have to do it. But here, the abs are still engaged. Engage the abs, thinking of the strength, capital S strength. Gaining that mindset. So no matter where you think you are, you're letting go of the barriers of judgment. And then just go down, hands and knees. Toes are curled under, knees are hip width apart, fingers wide as you get them, middle fingers pointing straight out. Downward dog, pushing into it. Really push into it now. After, after the dolphin, the downward dog should feel easier. That's part of gaining that mindset of strength. You're feeling like, man, it's easier. You tapped into that strength. You also did a pose that allows it to be easier next time, which is part of the process. Now you're going to go to the hands and knees. Flatten the feet. No, don't flatten the feet. I'm sorry. You're going to sit back on the back of the heels. So toes are curled under. Almost did the prayer pose on accident. Thunderbolt pose. But that's not what you want to do. You want to keep your toes curled under. Even if you're up like this, do the best you can. Feet are very important. And just focus on the breathing. Still, You're still feeling the strength, capital S. Superman has an S up here, but we're having capital strength here. We all share the same strength. We all share prawn. We're one. Bring yourself up, flatten feet. Just focus on the breathing. Now here you can go to easy pose if you like, which is, you can stay in the prayer if you like to. Whatever you like to do. We're winding down now. We only have a minute or so. So the easy pose is just a modification of the lotus, which is this. And just focusing on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but breathing. Now, if you're in the easy pose or the prayer pose, doesn't matter. Just watch yourself breathe. Keep the back straight, or straight as you can. Hands are in front, maybe here. Some people do it here. People keep their hands to their knees. If you need to lean back, do that. If you need to go against the wall, do that. Doesn't matter. Again, that is a barrier. That type of thinking is a barrier to oneness. That's not what we're doing. Nothing right in front of the camera. Just watch yourself breathe. Now here, you're letting go of the mindset of control, and you're just watching yourself breathe. You're already breathing automatically. So you're just watching it. So you're watching the belly go in and out. Because when you inhale, the belly expands. And when you exhale, the belly goes in. Or maybe that's on the chest. Wherever you're focused, just stay focused on it. Or bring your focus to the tip of your nose. Just watch the air go in and out. Again, you're already breathing. Don't control the breathing, just watch it. I'm going to reach behind you, grab the left wrist with the right hand, leaning forward with a yoga seal. And the forehead's going down towards the floor, or to the floor. And you're sealing in all the benefits of the yoga poses and keeping the peace that you gained through the rest of the day. Go ahead and bring yourself back up. Hands go back in front. Back straight. And just watch yourself breathe. Letting go of the mindset of control. Don't control the breathing, just watch it. We'll stay here just a little bit longer. Palms together. Namaste. And that's it. YouTube Live number 64. Calendar right there, number 64. So I'll see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.